What's up? What's up? What's up, social media fam? It's your boy, big brother, little brother. It just depends on the situation. Your boy, Noble Alexander in the building. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out here? What's up, social media family? Man, I love y'all. I really do. I can't even stay away from you. I'm supposed to be on hiatus right now, taking my vacation, taking care of my other business. But when we have debates, representing the good old red, white, and blue, I got to come on here and take advantage of that. But with all of that being said, first and foremost, you know how we properly open up. We want to start off by saying Hotep, Shalom, Salam Alaikum, peace and blessings, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. What's up with y'all? Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed that debate. I hope y'all enjoyed that debate. Because it was something, right? It was something. Oh my God, where do I begin? Well, first of all, let me say this. I think that, I'm going to say this. I know that hold on. I know that the stuff like that, debates like that, especially this one in particular, was really for the undecideds, because Democrat or Republican, you're going to vote how you're going to vote, irregardless. In most cases, right? In most cases, people are going to vote how they vote, irregardless. Okay. Oh, first and foremost, let me apologize to y'all. I apologize too for starting my episode a little 10 minutes late. I had some technical difficulties. I had some lighting issues and had to do it. Had to do a quick replacement. Okay. So I had to get some things replaced, and bada bing, bada boom, we in the game, baby. I wasn't satisfied with certain things, and I'm trying to, give you guys the best presentation that I can possibly bring forth. So please forgive me for that. So with that being said, it was a very interesting debate. Okay, very interesting debate. All right, and so as I watched the debate personally, I know a lot of people will say that, oh, well, you're a Trump supporter and you're a Republican and this, that, and the other. And let me tell you this, first and foremost, I believe that Kamala Harris, tomato, rodeo, whatever, right? I believe that she actually won the debate, me personally. I do. I believe that Miss Harris, also Mrs. Imhoff, was going to give her marriage title. Okay. I believe that she won the debate. I really do. Here's why I believe she won the debate. Okay. And it wasn't like by a landslide. I'm not saying she won by a landslide. I'm also not saying that she won like that, as if that winning the debate and winning the election are two different things, right? So personally, I feel that she won the debate because I feel like she was more poised. Okay, if you compare this to like a fight or something, she had more ring generalship than Donald Trump. I believe she was more poised than Donald Trump. I believe she spoke better than Donald Trump. I believe her diction and her pronunciation of words was better than Donald Trump. I believe that she was more calm than Donald Trump. Okay, going back to the being poised. I believe she was better prepared than Donald Trump. Even though there are some conspiracy theories that says that she had on some wireless earrings, and there is some things out there that people are presenting. However, I don't know how true those things are. I'm just saying that that's something that people are highlighting. And I do know they have that type of technology because they got sunglasses that record, and you wouldn't tell that a person is recording and capturing audio and visuals with their sunglasses, but they are. Okay. So we're definitely in an advanced society nowadays. Okay. I believe she handled pressure and criticism better than Donald Trump. I do. I do believe that Donald Trump won the, if this was a 12-round fight, I do believe he won the 12th round, which would be the closing arguments. To me, his closing argument was better than hers. Okay. He made a good point about the fact that we are currently in a Biden-Harris administration, and so she has a lot of say-so now. So what would be the difference? I think that that's something that he should have touched on. I believe she won. I think he should have touched on that more frequently, but he kind of saved that for the second half of the other debate. So I give him the 12th round on that. I believe that I will say this though. The moderators suck. They were trash. I believe CNN did a better job at moderating the last debate between Donald Trump and Biden. However, it could have been due to the fact that they wanted Biden out, so they wanted him to look like a fool. And because you got to understand that the left and the mainstream media work together, they work hand in hand. So there is some biases there because they didn't fact check her on things that she said that was not accurate. For example, when she spoke about the January 6th insurrection, and when she spoke about it, she said that 140 something officers died, which is not true. There's different sources of information out there. Some say no officers died, some say 10, but one thing's for sure, 100 or even 100 plus officers did not die during January 6th insurrection. So that was completely false. And they should have fact checked that like they fact checked Donald Trump, and they didn't. Okay, so that was completely bogus. However, again, I feel that Trump failed. To me, it was so easy to just nail her to the cross because you're in a current administration right now. So basically, you're asking for a what you would call, you're on the job, and so you're going to your employers, which is the people. Because don't forget, keep this in mind: we, the people, pay these people's salaries. We do. We pay the police officers' salaries. We pay the congressmen's salaries, the senators, the governors. We pay these people's salaries. So you're asking for a raise or for promotion from going from vice president to president, and currently as vice president, she really has done nothing. And she is the border czar. And they have done a horrific job at protecting our borders. But yet she's asking to be promoted to be president. So basically, what will be the difference? Okay. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't think Donald Trump capitalized on that enough. Personally, I felt that Donald Trump took the bait too much. I think he started off good. He started off strong, but then it seems like once she mentioned, I think his ego personally got involved, because it feels like once she mentioned the fact of him not having people show up at his rallies, that from there it was just like the downhill. Like, don't get me wrong, he has shown a lot of growth from this from this process compared to the last one he was in 2020. He was a lot more quieter. He didn't interrupt at all. I'd give Donald Trump kudos for that. He did not interrupt Kamala Harris at all. Vice President Harris, he did not interrupt her at all. In fact, she interrupted him on several occasions. Okay, so I give him credit for that. Like I said, he won the 12th round. I don't really think he did. It's crazy because I'm only giving it to her by a split decision because she was on the offense more often than he was, and he was more on the defense. So if you're comparing this to an actual fight in the ring, she was attacking more, he was more defensive. Okay. So that goes, there's a point there. I believe she was more relaxed and calmer in the debate than he was. There's points there. So it's just like watching a boxing fight and you see one fighter kind of frustrated and irritated a little, and the other fighter was more calm, poised, and relaxed. I would have to give her that. Like I said, I think she won. Now, am I voting for her? I'm not afraid to get on here on social media and say, for the record, that Noble Alexander will not be voting for Kamala Harris. Come here. Come here. Let me turn around. I will slap the sense to you. I am not, because voting for her votes against my interests. And like I always like to highlight when we have these topics, I do not believe in voting against my interests. I am an American. Okay, don't y'all like my shit? Okay, all right, you know what I'm saying? My red, white, and blue. I am an American. I love being an American. Okay, despite some of the history that we have here, we're going to work through that. But I do love my country, and I have family here and friends here, people that I really care about here. So for that purpose, going back to what I said, I personally think that she didn't really show she was really flustered a lot. Okay, I saw Donald Trump get his feathers ruffled a couple times, and that's human nature. But I feel that she was more prepared. Now, I will say this. Keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that Donald Trump is not a career politician. I will say it again. Donald Trump is not a career politician. He is not. He is not. He is not. He's a career businessman, and he's used to being shrewd. And let me tell you something about business. Politics, political agendas, that is business, and business is gangster. Politics is business, and business is gangster. I'm gonna say it again. Politics is business, and business is gangster. So you got to be shrewd. You have to get straight to the point. You have to stand on your square. You have to say what you mean and mean what you say a lot. And realistically, being politically correct is not really what is a requirement to be a successful businessman. Okay, to be politically correct. However, Kamala Harris, she is a career politician, and she's been a prosecutor. She's been an attorney. She was attorney general for the state of California. Okay, so she knows how to antagonize, to draw out certain flaws within your character. And unfortunately, I felt like Donald Trump took the bait too much. Now, again, winning the debate and winning the election are two different things. Some people will say she won the debate, he won the debate. To me, like I said, I'm not voting. Me personally, I wouldn't vote for her, period, because it votes against my interests. It votes against the things that I personally want to see in America. I kind of want to restore the republic. Remember, we all pledge allegiance to the republic for which it stands. When you say that, there's no mention of the democratic or democracy or anything. It's all to the republic. And so the Republicans thing is kind of two-parent households, man and woman, a belief in God, a true belief in God, belief in Christ. Those are things that I support. They're not about letting men that identify as women go to the bathroom with women. They're not about allowing transgender men, or transgender people, period, come into a classroom of kindergartners, elementary school children, and high school and junior high school children, educating them on this alternative lifestyle. I don't support that. I don't support billions of dollars going to Israel, Ukraine, or immigrants. I don't support that. So it's not so much that I'm a Trump supporter. I'm an American supporter. I'm about putting Americans first. That's me. And these people's job, these public servants, these congressmen, these senators, these governors, these councilmen, these police officers, their job is to protect us, the Americans, the red, white, and blue, baby. And so far, they have failed at doing so. So, as you know, this discussion, I'm supposed to be on a hiatus, but again, hey, I gotta come in. I gotta come on in here and have a conversation. So first and foremost, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, share. There's nothing wrong with hearing some alternative information. There's nothing wrong with hearing some things that you may not agree with. It's just here to open your mind. I'm not here to insult people. Remember, this is the I'll slap the sense in you. I'm not here to slap the shit out of you. I'm here to wake your pineal gland up a little bit, just to give you some more food for thought. So the title of today was the presidential recap, okay, and debunking the fact checkers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a few videos. So this actually might be the longest video that we've done. So I hope y'all got your water, your popcorn, and everything that you can have to sit back and listen and watch. If you at work, just put your earphones on and just keep it pushing like you ain't doing and do your job, but you're listening to Noble Alexander. But I'm going to play some clips, and I'm going to go over a couple of things that the fact checkers, so quote unquote, tried to fact check during the debate, which I felt was unfair. One of them was Project 2025. Okay, so for those that don't know, the Democratic Party, the leftists, okay, the left wing, the liberals, they keep trying to associate Donald Trump with Project 2025. And I'm gonna play a few videos here, but on this particular subject right here, I want you guys to understand something, that Project 2025 is put together by a group of conservatives and Republicans. It is, without a doubt. But Trump has nothing to do with that. Okay? Trump has nothing to do with that. That was put in place because they feel like these are issues that the next Republican president, whether it's Trump, it could have been DeSantis in Florida, whoever, they feel that these are things that they feel that should the next president that's representing the Republican Party, that here's an agenda that they feel he should put in place. And it just so at this point happens to be Trump. So they're trying to attach that to Trump, and it's a 900-page document. And a couple of quite a few of the individuals that put it together have worked in the Trump administration when he was president prior. And so they're really trying to attach this to Trump, but Trump has already distanced himself from that. He's already said several times, even during the debate, that he has no plans to implement what they are speaking on in regards to Project 2025. Okay, he's totally distanced himself from that. I've read some of those pages myself. There were some good things in there. There were some things that I didn't like, but I do know for a fact it has nothing. Trump did not put this together himself. In fact, I feel like they kind of stole some stuff from Ice Cube. When he had his plan for Black America, when he was trying to last presidential run, remember 2020, Ice Cube was going around talking about the plan for Black America, and he tried to present it to the Democrats. They shot it down. The Republicans, remember, the Republicans were the only party that brought that in and wanted to listen to him. I feel like, you know, they kind of stole some of bro ideas just to even have an agenda like that, is all I'm saying. Just to have that agenda, I believe that they really got that from your boy Ice Cube. That's just me personally. That's just my personal opinion on that. Okay. But again, we're going to get into a few videos here, and I want to kind of fact check some things. So first and foremost, let's get into the situation with the migrants, the immigrants, okay? Because I don't know, you know, I don't understand why this is something that people want to deny. I'm a little disappointed in Donald Trump because he did not, he should have hit harder on some of these, on that topic, because it was easy to destroy her, and he didn't. So I'm a little disappointed. So we're going to get into this migrant thing, right? This is the first fact check point that I want to go over, the situation with the migrants in Ohio area and whatnot. So let's just follow on with listen in, okay? Because to me personally, it kind of goes without saying. So they said that, let me get this right here. So they said that remember at that point during the debate where it was said that the dog eating and I ain't even go, I'm gonna get into that real good, but remember that segment about the immigration in certain parts like Ohio, and then remember the the Caucasian individual, I'm sorry, I forgot his name, but he was trying to fact check Donald Trump and say, oh, that's not true. And I talked to the city alderman, I believe he used the word alderman, but someone who represents that city. It wasn't the mayor. And he was saying that there was no basis for that. So now I'm going to show you videos from a town hall meeting from these same individuals from that section that they say that they don't have no clue about what he's talking about. Well, here's what Donald Trump is talking about. Listen up.
It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I have men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard. And I can't. Look at me, I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly, and last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noelle, guess what? It's time to pack up and move. He said, we can't do this anymore. He said, it's killing both of us mentally. I don't understand what you expect of us as citizens. I mean, I understand they're here under temporary protected status, and you're protecting them, and I understand that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed, but who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give me a reason to stay.
You guys are just sitting up there and suits or something. Like, I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into They flipping cars in the middle of the street. And
Hey, now, pause. Now, listen. First and foremost, y'all know damn well immigrants, when they come to America, they cannot fucking drive. Y'all know that. Come here. Let me talk to you for a minute. I will slap the sense into you. Y'all know good and goddamn well that when dumb immigrants come over here, they do not know how to fucking drive. And there is so many car accidents happening in Ohio right now. You look it up. You do your own homework. Pretend I'm lying. Pretend Noble Alexander don't know what the he talking about. Go look up how many car accidents is happening right now in Ohio, and the people that are involved in those car accidents are immigrants, migrants from Haiti. Now, keep in mind, I hate to have to do this, but I'm not going to not do it just because those Haitians are black. I'm not. Okay? I'm not. I got to keep it real. They're over there fucking up. Period, point blank.
I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't know, like, who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, and it's going to get bigger and it's only going to get worse. And y'all sitting up there in these chairs, all y'all need to get out here and do something. Y'all making hundreds of thousands.
Hey, listen. Don't get your feelings involved. Listen, I understand you didn't like how President Trump presented that information. It was bad timing, and he didn't present it right. But come here, let me talk to y'all for a minute, because some of y'all act like y'all got fucking amnesia, and you know that shit pisses me off. Come here. I will slap the sense into you. You know goddamn well y'all don't eat food from all the Chinese food places in America. No, you don't. No, you don't. You know good and goddamn well y'all don't eat Chinese food from everywhere. You know you don't. Why? Because what happens? What did they say? Oh, man, I'm finna go down here and get some of that Chinese food from down the street on the corner. Oh, what you gonna get? What you want? Some of that rat, dog, cat filet mignon? You want some of that you want some of that rat orange chicken? You want some of that goddamn chow mein cat? You want some of that dog shrimp fried rice? Y'all know good and goddamn well that's why some of us avoid eating at certain Chinese food spots. That's why I do it. I don't even go to Chinese food restaurants in the hood. No, I don't. And I'm born and raised in the hood. Yes, I'm from LA. I'm from South Central California. I do not live in the good parts of California. No, I do not. I don't live in Palos Verdes and Malibu. No, I don't. I live in LA. South Central LA. Compton down the street, Watts down the street, Inglewood around the corner. That's where I live. And you are not gonna sit up here and act like y'all go to every single Chinese food restaurant, because you know goddamn well what's going on over there. All right? So don't get mad. Listen, Trump may not have said it right. He didn't. His timing was off. This is what I'm saying. He didn't hit it right. That's what he should have did to some of the shit that Kamala did. Kamala Harris was trying to speak on point and drop certain little shit to give her that, where you could tell people was clapping like, oh yeah, that was a good. Trump didn't do that. He fucked it up. He shouldn't have said that, because he didn't speak on it enough, and then they need a little bit more factual evidence. But he was not lying. This town hall meeting that I'm showing you, this is in that area that he was talking about. He is not lying. He didn't say it right, but his silly ass was not lying.
Y'all need to put on a t-shirt and some Crocs, and then y'all need to come out here in these streets, and y'all need to go out here and I'm out here before the police is. Like, y'all need to do something, bro. Y'all really got to stand on business. Y'all getting paid all this money just to wear a suit and sit in a chair. I think it's crazy, bro. That's where they come from, and that's what they do. That's their country. I don't know what they got going on over there, but they can't do that over here. And if y'all just getting paid from it and then y'all ain't doing nothing about it, I think that's super weird, bro. Y'all got to stand on business. Y'all got to really, like, step up. Like, it's lame, bro. Like, for real.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Driving around Springfield, I was looking at the giant holes in some of our buildings. I noticed all of the old familiar spots bearing new signs in an unfamiliar language. I watched as groups of strangers walked around the city like lost tourists, and it was like a punch in the gut. A terrible sadness came over me, and I began to cry. I immediately started to think back to when I was little, walking from my grandma's house on South Fountain through downtown and all the way to Snyder Park. I feel like we have been invaded by some sort of pest. I'm angry that my friends and family are packing up and moving away. I'm angry that foreigners are using up the resources that were set up for the Americans that reside here. I'm angry that another country's flag was being flown in our city. I'm angry when I see our businesses and recreational areas littered with garbage left by people that do not know or understand our laws and culture.
Hold on, pause. Check this out. Let me tell y'all something. I've worked in the social service industry for over 10 years. I've done a street outreach. I've worked for the Office of Diversion and Reentry. I've worked in the Home Safe program. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a case manager and as a administrator, because I'm also an administrator for adult residential facilities. You're not gonna tell me shit. Okay, first of all, they do have programs, and they got programs to prevent people from losing their apartments and their homes. I personally had people on my caseload that don't have a green card, they don't have a California ID, they don't have a social security card, okay? And we have provided funding for them for a year and a half, paying their rent, paying their utilities, paying their gas, paying their light bill. Don't talk that to me, because I know the programs. I know the programs. So I know they are not requiring these people to be citizens or any damn thing. I had people on my caseload that had a Mexican ID. I'm not shitting on Mexicans. I'm not shitting on Mexico. I'm just keeping it factual. 100% real trill in the field. You're not gonna tell me. I don't want to hear it. The man wasn't lying when he said what he said during that debate. It may not have came off properly, and he may have said it, fucked up, because he's a shrewd businessman, and he's spoiled. He has a lot of ego, and he's used to things going his way. He's not a career politician, so he doesn't have that poise to sit there and be fake with his words. Because you gotta understand, a lot of these politicians are fake. They're like a serpent. They speak from both sides of their mouth. That's why a snake has the split tongue. That's how they talk. They say one thing, but they mean something else. He don't have that in him. He's a shrewd businessman. And like I just told you earlier, when you're doing business, being political is business, and business is gangster. That's why Trump would fire people. Like he heard in the debate. Remember, she was talking about him, talking about I got people that said they don't even like you. What did Trump say? Yeah, I fired all of them. Every last one of them people you talk about, I fired them. So yeah, they can write a book about me. Yeah, they gonna say this about me because I fired them. Come here. I will slap the sense into you. Y'all better stop playing and wake up. Stop playing. Let's finish up. Let's get this work.
And are making no attempt to learn about them. And let me be clear, this is not about race. This is about people being given the privilege of coming here from another country and having no respect for our people, our land, or our life's work.
America, baby.
People living their life here the way they did in Haiti, angry, stealing, polluting, living in filth, and acting like animals. These are not civilized people. Opening containers in our grocery stores, helping themselves to what's inside and throwing the rest onto the shelves and floors. Pulling off of the highway to publicly clean and gut the roadkill lying there in front of anyone that passes by. Stealing animals from farmers and leaving their severed heads at the side of an old school where children play. Relieving themselves in public. Making some barbaric stew out of the birds that live in our park. This is insanity, and it has to stop. What will become of Springfield? Where will we?
Hey, I will say this. I don't know Haitians to eat dogs and cats, but I will say this. They do practice that voodoo. They practice voodoo. I'm saying voodoo, but it's really called voodoo. They do practice that. So I don't know if they was doing some rituals or whatnot. I'm not here to bash Haitians. I am not. But I do got to keep it real. And like I said, even though I believe Mrs. Harris won the debate, Donald Trump was not lying. He just didn't say the shit right because he's silly. He a goofy, doofy, loofy ass motherfucker. But his silly ass just didn't say it right. But y'all know damn well, do y'all eat at all the Chinese food restaurants? Hell no. Because y'all know it's people that's coming into America that have a different culture from how we eat our food. We do got people that's here right now on this land that will eat some dog, cat, rat, goddamn possum, squirt. Y'all know they do. So quit acting like he said something that was just completely off his rocker. Knock it off.
We be in 5 years. The thought terrifies me.
There have been firsthand reports of wrong-way drivers on one-way streets, drivers ignoring stop signs, and red lights and other traffic issues.
Is that a lie?
There is the impact on businesses having to deal with language, cultural differences. There is strain on public resources, both governmental and private services, including health.
I'm taking my cart down the grocery aisle, and I have 3 immigrants strapped across the aisle. Seen me coming, would not budge, wouldn't even, and I said, excuse me. Maybe they didn't understand what I was saying, but I'm sure they understood that I was trying to get through that aisle. So I have no recourse now but to bust through it. I'm not afraid to do so. You know, I would like to see them have some common respect, some common decency. Do not try to bully your way through Springfield, Ohio. It's not going to work out well.
Having thousands of new immigrant neighbors move into our city during the past few years.
And now listen, she's going to get up here and she's going to speak more in favor of the Haitian immigrants, which I'm allowed with the play because I'm not biased or hating on none of that stuff. This is not about that. This is just, you had that, the mediator, I forgot his name, but the white guy tried to fact check Donald Trump and say that he spoke to the city alderman or the city inspector or what, I forgot the term that he used, and said there was no basis or no type of information or nothing that, you know, would support what Donald Trump said. Now, this is a town hall meeting from the same city that they was talking about. So what are they talking about right now? Come here. See? I will slap the sense into you. This is why you need to do your homework. This is why you need to do your homework. Let's go ahead.
Has been stressful and overwhelming, but I am hopeful for a shared future with them. Speaking from personal experience, our Haitian neighbors and other newcomers I have met have been kind, grateful, hardworking people who want to play a positive role in our community. They are students, employees, business owners, and consumers who are contributing to our city.
Hey, listen.
I'm done with what I'm seeing. It is.
Listen. Like, you know how some people say you got to get it from the horse's mouth? That's from the horse's mouth. I just showed y'all a video that's coming from that same region, the same section, Ohio. Them are the same people Trump was talking about his debate. That's what he was talking about. Trump just didn't have the poise, the discipline, the maturity. He didn't relax himself because he gets so flustered when someone says some shit about him, like how she mentioned about no one showing up to his rallies, and from that point, it just went downhill. From that's when he started saying that shit. Okay, that's when he fucked up. All right, he should have kept. He started off good, and he should have kept that. They need to do a better job if there's even another debate, because he already came out and said he's not doing another debate. Which personally, I feel like nah. I feel that way because I'm a competitor. You know, if you follow me on TikTok and Instagram, you know I compete, you know I train, you know I got that spirit in me. So if you beat me once, I want more action. Even if it's a tie, even if you felt like, because see what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to brutalize her so bad because remember, she didn't even want to debate at first. Remember, and she didn't even have her policies posted on her website until 2 or 3 days prior to the event. She really didn't want no funk. So that debate gave her life because he didn't smash her the way he was supposed to smash her. He was supposed to come in there and just Mike Tyson her ass. Like, oh, you want to step in the ring with me? Bing, bow, boom, bow. And just put them things on her in a debate. Remember, a debate is like a verbal sparring match. That's what he was supposed to do. He didn't do that. He was too defensive. He was too emotional. He took the bait too many times. And this is not to say he won't do a good job as president, because we've had Donald Trump before. And all of the things that they said Donald Trump would do before, he didn't do it. Okay, there was no Ukraine, nothing popping off. All that shit in Israel wasn't popping off until the Democrats got in office. Okay. In fact, America, the economy in America was better. No one can deny it. Okay. Gas prices were cheaper. Eggs were cheaper. Milk was cheaper. Okay. So we can't sit up here and act like we've never seen Trump in office before. We know what he's going to do. People that own houses, people that own businesses actually flourish up under the Trump and Pence administration. So we can't pretend like we never seen Donald Trump and we'll think he'll just be a lunatic when he gets in office. That is a goddamn lie. Same with Kamala Harris and Biden. Mrs. Imhoff, who is Kamala Harris, because I say Imhoff because she's married to a Jewish man. Okay. You know, you are the vice president right now. So the things that you're talking about, there's a lot of things that you can implement right now as vice president, especially considering that Joe Biden was so trash. And that's another thing. This is what kills me. The Democratic Party tried to convince Americans that Joe Biden was fit to be the president of the United States of America, which a lot of us already knew he was in decline and should not be. It got to the point that he was so bad that they had to just make him say, hey, man, get out the way, bro. So with that being said, when you got him like that in that state and you're the vice president, you mean to tell me you don't got a whole lot to say so? Remember, they put her there. The Democrats didn't even have a primary for her. She didn't go through no primaries to even get to where she was supposed to be. They just put her right there. Trump been through the primaries and he got there. So in other words, Trump been to the playoffs, okay? And he earned the right to make it to the Super Bowl. She wasn't in the playoffs. You know, something happened to Biden, and next thing you know, she in the Super Bowl. Okay, baby, you got to go through the division conference fight, the divisional playoff round, the conference playoff championship, and then get to the Super Bowl. Now, they didn't do that with her. They just put her right there. So that should tell you something. That should tell you about the agenda that America has moving forward. There's something going on, and you have to be aware of this. So when you are not voting or you're detached from voting and you're not involved, trust me, they want you to not be involved, because anytime you don't get involved and you say, well, I don't like nothing and I don't like this and I'm not going to get involved, I understand it. But guess what? This is what they want you to do, because remember, you are the true employer. So when you don't get involved, they're like, oh, okay, well, this is what we're going to give you then. So you got to get involved, because you can't trust these mofos. You can't trust these mofos. They some liars, Okay? They with that BS. All right. So with that being said, again, I'm going to show y'all some more clips, right? To debunk some of this rhetoric that I would love to debate Kamala Harris myself. I swear to God. Man, lady, listen, I ain't gonna lie. The first question that they asked when they opened the debate, and they asked her, is America in a better place than it was before Trump, since his last 4 years? Are we in a better place? She didn't answer that question properly. She never said yes or no. She just started bashing Trump. And remember, she was the one that said, oh, all you're going to hear from Trump is a gang of name calling and bashing and lies and this and that. But that's the first thing she did, was bash Trump. When they asked her out the gate, are we in a better place since Trump's last presidency? Are we in a better place in America right now economically? And she didn't answer that question. And I feel sorry for Americans. I really feel sorry for us, because we truly did not get any answers solved. We want to know, are our borders going to be secure? What's going to happen with this inflation? Like, we didn't get that. It was just a gang of back and forth name calling stuff. And to me, debate shouldn't be about that. It shouldn't be so much, this person didn't do this person didn't do that. What are your policies? We want to hear, how are our lives going to be better? She mentioned she wanted to increase the child tax credit and all of that. And let me tell you something else that I've been doing for a very long time in my life. Not only social service work, but coming up, it'll be 20 years. I've been preparing income taxes for 20 years. So let me tell you this. I know y'all know this. You know, you can make $14,000 a year, file your taxes, claim 2 dependents, and get like $7,000, $8,000. Come here. I will slap the sense thing. You can make $14,000 a year on your W-2s or whatever, claim 2 dependents, and get $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 on your income tax refund. Where a person who made close to 100,000 or more, claim them same 2 dependents, same age, same gender, same everything. What, they're gonna get what, 2,000, 1,500, maybe 3, and they may not even get the 3. That'd be lucky to get that. So, that's like, it sounds good, but when you understand where you have to be in your tax bracket, in your finances, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be at the lower end to see the benefits of that. And who wants to do that? And that's what the Republican Party is about. The Republican, and I'm not promoting the Republican Party like that. I'm just being honest. The Republican Party is about you standing on your own feet, you being independent, you living a great lifestyle without so much of the government being involved. Why would you want to be somebody that's getting government assistance, everything, Section 8, everything? Because that means that you're only bringing in a certain amount of income, and that income is low. So you're not able to travel the world. You're not able to do this and do that. And if you're doing it, it's fraud. But you want to be somebody that's traveling the world, taking vacations to Miami and New York, and going to Ghana and Japan and Istanbul. You want to be that type of person. You want to be the type of person that owns 2, 3, 4, 5 properties in 2, 3, 4, 5 different states. You don't want to be somebody living in some low income property, low income community, fucking taking advantage of the tax, this credit that she was talking about. That's not going to benefit people that's striving, that have ambition to get more out of life than a fucking GR check. Come here. I will slap the sense into you. Lady, stop playing with me. You're not talking to nobody. I'm talking to Noble Alexander. I swear to God. I'm sitting up here listening to this. I'm laughing. I'm laughing so hard. You hear me? I'm laughing so hard. I mean, I love y'all, man. I'm an American, man. I'm an American, man. I don't want to hear this rhetoric. All right? I don't want to hear this rhetoric, but I'm gonna show you another clip. I'm gonna show y'all another clip because remember he brought up the dogs and the cats, right? Listen to this. I'm gonna show y'all this, man. I'm gonna show y'all another clip, right? Because I want y'all to truly, I want y'all to truly understand where he got this from, what he was talking about. Again, Donald Trump is not the most articulate individual, okay? And he says a lot. He's not afraid to speak from his mind, and it comes off a certain way. He's just not. He's blessed in other areas as far as his finances, as far as having heart to say, to mean what he say and say what he mean. But as far as putting his words together, oh God, he sucks, right? So let me show you something. Let me show y'all something. This is what he was talking about.
Put your hands behind your back. Someone got rubber gloves. She's covered in blood. What about you got gloves? You got rubber gloves. I gotta check other ones. I do not have those. 95. 95. Got one in custody. Where do you live at?
2255 hours.
Cuff her up.
Yes, please. Can you get that light over here now? Thanks. 22. 22.
Hold on, I'm putting a blanket on that back seat first.
You want to get the picture?
Hold on. So you have a right to remain silent on anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney if you can't afford one, won't be appointed to you at state's expense. You have a right to have that attorney present during any
The
question.
boy said put a blanket on the back seat because she's covered and she got blood and stuff on her and fur and stuff on her. You're going to hear him talk about it. And so they're like, man, cover the back seat up, all right? Because she got animal blood on her and all type of stuff.
You have a right to stop answering any questions once they begin. Do you understand your rights? Do you understand? Smile for me.
Smile with your teeth.
Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it? No, why'd you kill it?
You don't.
Get in there. It's ridiculous.
You don't.
Here. It's all right, other kitty. You're safe. Did you guys see all this?
No, we pulled up and she was just laying there with me.
Did you see her eating it?
Eating me.
She was eating it?
Yeah. She said, but it's blood on her shoes. She said she stumped it out.
Now, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? They asked her, was she eating it? He's like, yeah, them other black people. They're like, yeah, she was eating the goddamn cat. Come here. If I can find this and see this, what was that moderator talking about with his biased ass? Now, I will say this. As you can see at the bottom of this video highlight, it does say, but she's not an immigrant in Springfield. Now, I've been doing my homework. It's kind of been coming up 50-50. There's been some things that said that she was a migrant, but everything for sure says that she's Haitian for sure. No, nothing that I've ran across said that she wasn't Haitian. It's just some of it is like she's a migrant, and some of them said she wasn't. I don't know. I'm just showing you things because she for sure is from Haitian. And I'm not saying that this is what all Haiti people do, people from Haiti do. I'm not saying that. I don't have a problem with people. I don't have a problem with nobody from Haiti. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just showing y'all what this Donald J. Trump was trying to articulate when he failed miserably at doing in his debate with Mrs. Vice President Kamala Harris. Period.
Yeah.
33, go ahead.
Well, you don't kill a cat and go to the hospital. You go to jail.
Southwest with Sam 410221.
No, she
Sam
was saying that she killed
410221.
2 other kids. That's what she was saying. Yes.
Copy out at 10th and Duber with Sam 410221. 2259 hours.
You guys never seen her report?
No.
202.
I've seen her over there, but I
202.
don't know like what exactly.
You call the Humane Society, see if they'll come pick this cat up. It's deceased.
Okay. So listen. Again. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. He may not have said it correctly. Hold on. He may not have said it correctly. His timing may have been bad. But listen, he wasn't lying about what he said he saw. He could have did a better job at the presentation, but he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. He was not lying. And I don't know how that moderator didn't know that. If I know that, and I don't even have the resources of that moderator, there is no way. This is the biased shit that we're talking about. You wanted to fact check Donald Trump, but you didn't fact check her about all those police officers getting killed. Ain't no fucking 140 police officers got killed at the January 6th riots. No, it didn't. Then they didn't fact check her when she said that, America had the failure of America during the pandemic was because of Donald Trump. How was that? The pandemic didn't start until the end of 2019. He came out of office in January. So everything that we've been through in America regards to the pandemic, from mandatory needles and jabs, from couldn't go to the sporting events, not being allowed to go to restaurants, having servers and waitresses ask you to show proof of needles and jabs. Okay, I'm speaking that way for these algorithms. They suck. Okay. That was all them. That wasn't, he had nothing to do with that. You know, you had all these people lose their jobs. You had that administration tell other agencies, not especially like nonprofits, that we'll cut y'all funding if y'all don't make y'all employees get this needle and jab. Okay? That was the Biden-Harris administration, not Trump-Pence. This is fact checks. Like, why he didn't fact check that? He let them say that. Okay? The moderators let her say that. And that was some BS. Okay? So that shouldn't have been allowed to happen. Let's check some of the comments here. Stay dangerous. Oh, brother, you know I'm going to stay dangerous. You know, I'm going to do that. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. I'm going to stay dangerous. Thank you for that comment. Yeah. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay? Now, something else. We're going to get a little sensitive. We're going to get a little sensitive because remember we had the abortion conversation. And I know that a lot of people like to link him and Republicans to say, oh, well, you know, they're not for this and they want to take away your abortion rights. Now, even he said it during the debate. The way they want to do it, they want to make abortion legal for if a woman is taken advantage of, if she's sexually assaulted, if it's a health risk or has something to do with incest. You know, for those three purposes, they want to be, you know, pro-abortion. And I agree with that. Me personally, I'm like, hell yeah. Why would you, if a woman has been sexually assaulted, why would you want her to carry that child? Come on now. If that woman has been, you know, taken advantage of by an uncle or brother, a cousin or uncle or whatever, father, you know, and then she becomes pregnant, yeah, okay, you know, the process, right? If it's unhealthy for her, she might die. Okay, the process, right? But so he spoke on that, and he said, okay, you know, I am for it in that regard, but I'm not for it in the other regards, right? And they said, and then he spoke on where they tried to fact check him at was when they start talking about, well, there's no state that were terminating an abortion or terminating a pregnancy at 8 or 9 months is legal. So first, what I'm going to do here is first, I want to pull up that clip so y'all can remember what we're talking about here, what I'm talking about in particular. Okay, so just give me a moment here because I'm for sure going to pull that up, right? And if you listen to what he said, you know, I believe it's quite clear. Personally, I believe that it's quite clear on what he was saying. So I want y'all to listen to this. And then I'm gonna show y'all another clip. I'm gonna show y'all some clips. So tonight's episode is gonna be longer than normal. Okay, so just bear with me.
President Trump, thank you, Lindsay.
I want to turn to the issue of abortion. President Trump, you've often touted that you were able to kill Roe v. Wade. Last year, you said that you were proud to be the most pro-life president in American history. Then last month, you said that your administration would be great for women and their reproductive rights. In your home state of Florida, you surprised many with regard to your 6-week abortion ban because you initially had said that it was too short. And you said, quote, I'm going to be voting that we need more than 6 weeks. But then the very next day, you reversed course and said you would vote to support the 6-week ban. Vice President Harris says that women shouldn't trust you on the issue of abortion because you've changed your position so many times. Therefore, why should they trust you?
Well, the reason I'm doing that vote is because the plan is, as you know, the vote is, they have abortion in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor of West Virginia, not the current governor, who's doing an excellent job, but the
and that's facts. That is facts. They are trying to pass bills and legislation to allow that. That is facts. I'm gonna show you.
Governor before, he said the baby will be born and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that, because that predominates, because they're radical. The Democrats are radical in that. And her vice presidential pick, which I think was a horrible pick, by the way, for our country, because he is really out of it. But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born, is okay. And that's not okay with me, hence the vote. But what I did is something for 52 years. They've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states. And through the genius and heart and strength of 6 Supreme Court justices, we were able to do that. Now, I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother. I believe strongly in it. Ronald Reagan did also. 85% of Republicans do. Exceptions. Very important. But we were able to get it, and now states are voting on it. And for the first time, you're going to see, look, this is an issue that's torn our country apart for 52 years. Every legal scholar, every Democrat, every Republican, liberal, conservative, they all wanted this issue to be brought back to the states where the people could vote. And that's what happened. Now, Ohio, the vote was somewhat liberal. Kansas, the vote was somewhat liberal, much more liberal than people would have thought. But each individual state is voting. It's the vote of the people now. It's not tied up in the federal government. I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it. And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it. And I give tremendous credit to those 6 justices.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response.
See? You see what I'm saying? Did he say that? Did he say there were states where it's legal to do that? That's not what he said. He said they're trying to make that the thing. That's what he said. Come here. I will slap the sense in you. Listening is key. Listening is key. I'm going to say it again. Listening is just fundamental. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to play a video, and there's no denying this, okay? There's no denying this at all. And I want you to hear, I'm gonna play a few videos in regards to this matter, okay? And I just want to give y'all an idea of, you know, where he was coming from, why he was saying what he was saying, just so you understand, because they tried to fact check him and said, oh, well, there's no states. I'm gonna tell you right now, Oregon, Vermont, Washington, D.C., there's a few states where they will terminate in the 3rd trimester. Yes, they will do that. And so they're trying to pass a measure to allow it, period. Do you know how far along you got to be in your 8th and 9th trimester? In your 3rd trimester? Okay? So just so, because she's trying to say there's no state, he didn't say that that it's legal across the board, but these are measures that they are trying to push. And if you don't think so, here's a few videos. We're going to start with this one. Okay? Because again, I told y'all this is about fact checking the fact checkers. And I'm an assassin. So they want the fact check. We're going to have a fact check motherfucking contest around this shit, right? Here we go.
Abortion bill is gaining international attention.
It would allow terminations at any point during pregnancy, including up until the point of childbirth.
Today, politicians are sounding off even in Europe. We want to know your thoughts. You can vote on 13newsnow.com/vote.
13 News Now reporter Jacqueline Lee joins us in the studio with the latest on this.
Janet, both Governor Ralph Northam and House Speaker Kurt Cox held press conferences today responding to the backlash surrounding Delegate Kathy Tran's bill, which would ease abortion restrictions in Virginia. The controversy first started from this video. Delegate Tran defending her bill that would loosen abortion requirements in the Commonwealth.
Through the 3rd trimester. The 3rd trimester goes all the way up to 40 weeks.
Okay, but to the end of the 3rd trimester.
Yep, I don't think we have a limit in the bill.
Right now, late-term abortions are allowed under Virginia law if 3 physicians certify the pregnancy substantially and irremediably threatens the woman's life and health. Tran's bill would only require 1 physician to certify the abortion and removes the substantially and irremediably requirement. Facing harsh backlash, Governor Northam went on a radio show stating that Tran's comments were blown out of proportion. He added that politicians shouldn't interfere with a woman's right to choose.
The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother.
Governor Northam faced backlash of his own, accused of supporting...
Did y'all hear what he just said? Did y'all hear? Come here. Didn't Trump say that? Didn't Trump say that? What did he just say? He said they will do what they do, and then infant will be kept comfortable until the family decided what they wanted to do. And if they wanted to keep it, then they would resuscitate the child. You just heard him say that, right? Because I know I did. Come here. I will slap the sense into you. Stop playing games. Why y'all didn't fact check that? Why didn't fact check that? Huh? Are they biased? Could it be? Could it be? Because that's what he just said. That's what Trump just said. That's what that dude just said. He just said it. Huh? Let us continue. Fucking playing with y'all. Ain't nobody playing no damn games.
Infanticide by conservative leaders.
Words have meaning. You saw the tape. I think he was very clear in what he said, and I think that was very disturbing.
Conservative leaders across the state are warning that if Democrats flip the House in November, a bill like this could become law. In a press conference today, Governor Northam pushed back.
I regret that those comments have been mischaracterized. The personal insults toward me, I really find disgusting.
Governor Northam added, this is nothing more than a political ploy. Delegate Tran's bill did die in subcommittee. Today, she posted on her Facebook saying she did nothing to change the way the law stands right now. She said she tried to make sure women can make decisions and access services in a timely manner. Jacqueline Lay, 13 News Now.
Virginia's late-term abortion bill is gaining
Again. You may not have liked how he said certain stuff. Donald Trump is not the most articulate person that we know. All right? He ain't. He does not know how to freaking talk. I think we understand that by now. But one thing's for sure, he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. The only people that want to push what he was saying, what he was talking about, okay, are certain individuals that represent a certain political party. And so I'm going to show you, hold on, let me find it, because I'm going to show y'all another video where there's some actual doctors and they are definitely they are having this discussion. Okay? They are having this discussion. Okay? So let me find this video for y'all. Because this actually, I want y'all to listen. Now, she's a doctor. She's a doctor. Listen to this doctor. Just listen. She's going to give y'all some facts and some stats. Don't get mad at me. I'm just being real. I know it's a sensitive topic. I don't mean no disrespect. I know some people be like, you did it. Listen, man. I don't know. I guess I'm just raised a certain way, brought up a certain way, and I have certain things in me to where I rather deal with the truth than deal with a lie. I don't know. That's just me. I rather deal with the truth rather than a lie. That's just me. So let me show y'all something. This is a doctor that deals with abortions. And this is what she has to say about abortions.
Madam Chair, last week the Biden administration told hospitals that they must provide abortion services if the life of the mother is at risk, stating that the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act, EMTALA, preempts state laws that limit abortions. The administration also threatened to defund hospitals that refuse to perform such procedures. Dr. Francis, is such guidance necessary?
So those of us who work in the hospital and see medical emergencies every day have operated under EMTALA as long as I've been in practice, I've been operating under EMTALA. So there's never been a circumstance where I have not been able to intervene in order to stabilize or save the life of my patient when that is needed. And the other thing that EMTALA also provides for actually is for a pregnant woman, it provides for the stabilization and life-saving attempts for her unborn child as well. And that is how we have always operated. So as long as the directive is that we must intervene in a life-threatening situation to save a woman's life, and if that means prematurely separating her from her unborn child, that's how I have always practiced for my entire 14-year career. And I've never worked in a hospital that performed elective abortions. But those situations where it's a life-threatening condition for the mother, those are not the same as abortions that are intended to end the life of the unborn child. All of us who are physicians would be committing medical malpractice if we didn't intervene to save a woman's life. And again, that's what I have done every day for my 14-year career. And I don't see how that would need to change. I will still be able to intervene to save the life of my patients.
As a pro-life OBGYN, have you ever been able to provide emergency treatments without resorting to abortion? And is there any emergency situation where you can think of where an abortion is the only option?
So if we are defining abortion as the Royal College of OBGYNs defines it, which is a procedure intended to produce the death of a fetus, I have never needed to intentionally end the life of my fetal patient in order to save the life of a mother. There are situations, unfortunately, before viability, before baby can survive outside of mom, where we have to intervene because of a life-threatening complication. But again, that can be done in a way that respects the dignity of that unborn child's life, and hopefully deliver mom an intact child that she can hold and grieve. And I can tell you from going through this with many, many patients that they appreciate being able to have their child to hold and grieve. So I fully acknowledge that there are life-threatening complications of pregnancy that we as competent and well-trained physicians need to treat, but that does not require allowing elective abortion through all 9 months of pregnancy for any reason.
Thank you. Would any existing state laws prevent you from treating ectopic pregnancies?
No state law that I am aware of or have seen the text of. In fact, all of the laws that I have seen specifically state that these laws do not apply to the situation of ectopic pregnancy.
Would any existing state laws prevent you from treating miscarriages?
Absolutely not. So a miscarriage is a completely different situation. That's a situation where the fetus has already passed and you are performing a procedure in order to evacuate the woman's uterus of the fetus that has already passed. And so state laws banning elective abortion are not banning procedures in and of themselves. They're banning procedures with the intent to end the life of the fetal human being.
Will overturning of Roe v. Wade lead to an increase in women dying? Why or why not?
No, because we see in other countries that have much more restrictive abortion laws that we do, or countries that have gone from legalized abortion to illegal abortion, they have actually seen their maternal mortality rates drop. What will lead to more women dying is women obtaining abortion pills online without being screened for ectopic pregnancies, and then having a ruptured ectopic pregnancy, experiencing vaginal pain and bleeding, vaginal bleeding and abdominal pain, and thinking that those symptoms are from their abortion, and then wasting valuable time where they should be seeking care, thinking that those are normal symptoms from their abortion while they're bleeding in their abdomen from a ruptured ectopic pregnancy.
Could you speak to what the data shows on the issue of abortion access and maternal mortality rates?
So, again, when we look at, there was a really good study actually done in Mexico that looked at different states that had different abortion laws. And what they found was that the states that had more restrictive abortion laws either had similar or better maternal mortality rates than those that had more permissive laws. And we've seen this in multiple other countries. Wow. And again, we have one of the worst maternal mortality rates in the developed world, and yet we have had some of the most permissive abortion laws, out of step with most of Europe and putting us in leagues with countries like China and North Korea.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate you being here to focus on the healthcare of women and how we can improve healthcare for women and
putting them in leagues with people like China and North Korea. God damn. Come here. I will slap the sense into you. Y'all better get this shit. Get your facts right. Stop playing games. Stop playing games. This is not nothing to play with. You don't go to the polls and vote for your emotions. You do your homework, you do your research, you do your studies, and then when you get there, because everything you got to remember, this shit impacts our lives. So while you just voting for somebody just because they're black or just because they're a woman or just because they're there, and trust me, I would love to look. Hey, shit, you don't think? I sure would. I wish I could vote for a person just because they black or just because they a woman. I don't care. I love women. I don't give a shit. I think women do a great job in life. But guess what? You can't. What did Martin Luther King say? You can't judge a person by the color of their skin, but by the content in their character, their policies, the thing. Come on, man. You can't just be getting all sensitive and shit. And then feeling like, oh, I'm just gonna vote for her just because I making up excuses. No, we're not doing that. We too grown for that. Oh, so y'all don't think I'm done with y'all, huh? I know some of y'all probably feel like, oh, well, maybe maybe. Oh no, I'm not done. I told you we're gonna be on here a little bit longer than normal tonight. We're going to be on here a little bit longer tonight because I want y'all to get an understanding of why certain things happened in that debate the way it happened. Okay? I really want to hit that home for y'all. You understand me? Okay? You understand me? So I really want y'all to understand some things here, because this is not about insulting, tearing down, belittling, but we have to know what the fuck we talking about when we're talking. And if you're someone who is not going to do their homework, who is not going to put the time into understanding certain things before they talk, then maybe you should be silent. I personally feel like maybe you should be silent. If you're not going to take the time to get an understanding of how important your vote is, how important your decision making is. Hell, if that's the case, if Kobe Bryant was alive, let's vote for Kobe Bryant if he was running for president, right? Goddamn. We can't just do it. It's like, it'll be like, Kobe, we love you, my boy, but you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the mama. But it's like, what's your policies, bro? What you trying to do? What's going on? You have to know these things. And you got to be able to look past the word salad, the semantics, the speaking from a split tongue like a serpent speaking from both sides of your mouth. You got to be able to see past that. You do. Politicians are liars. What is Kamala? What? That's the first question in the debate was, are Americans better after dealing with Trump? That was the first question. Are Americans better, during this administration? Are we better? Are we in a better position? She didn't answer that question because the fucking answer is no. How are we better when the gas prices is higher? Eggs is high. Everything's higher. Inflation is out of control. We got migrants coming in across the board. We got millions of people. They say, let me tell you something about statistics. Whatever they report, they're still lying. Because if they tell you 15 million immigrants that come across the border, just trust me, it's probably about 30 at least. They're going to always deflate the number. So they're not going to tell you the real facts. So when they say, yeah, we sent $250 billion to Ukraine, just know it's probably about maybe at least $500 billion to Ukraine, if not more. You got to know that type of stuff. You just cannot be a fool. Don't be a fool. So let's continue.
Mr. Chairman, Joe Biden is attempting to fundamentally change our judiciary.
Listen.
Biden has decided, with the complicity of Senate Democrats, to abandon the notion of fair and impartial judges who apply the law, and instead to fill the bench with partisan zealots. Ms. Rickleman, unfortunately, I look at your career and I see that it embodies precisely this pattern. You have spent the majority of your professional life as an extreme zealot advocating for abortion. That is clearly a heartfelt and personal passion of you. It is a passion you've decided to devote your life to. But it is not remotely within the mainstream. Your views on abortion are not middle of the road. They're not views that most people in their typical lives encounter. You believe, for example, that abortion ought to be entirely legal right up until the moment of birth, including the 9th month of pregnancy. Is that correct?
Listen to this.
No, Senator. As an advocate, I always worked within Supreme Court precedent, which only permitted abortion until viability.
You believe, I didn't ask what the law was. I asked what your belief was. You believe that abortion should be legal up until the moment of birth, including in the 9th month.
Learn how to listen. It's a jewel.
Senator, that's not a position I ever took as an advocate.
What do you believe?
My personal views will not impact any of my decisions.
Are you willing to answer the question? I understand. I watched you answer Senator Hawley, and you said, oh, I didn't say that there. I didn't say that there. What do you believe?
Senator, the work that I did at the center was to protect women's ability.
Let me try it again. Do you believe abortion should be legal in the 9th month of pregnancy?
Senator, all of my work has been to protect. So you're refusing
to answer the question. I'm not asking about your work. It's a very simple question.
Yes
do you believe it should be legal in the 9th month of pregnancy?
Yes or no?
Senator, my personal views do not matter.
So you're refusing to answer. All right, let's try something else. Do you believe crisis pregnancy centers are a good thing or a bad thing?
Senator, again, my personal views
You're
won't
refusing
matter.
to answer that question also. So that's exactly what a zealot would do. They won't tell this committee. They won't tell the American people. The reason you won't answer, I believe, that you advocate unlimited abortion in the 9th month of pregnancy is because you know 91% of Americans disagree with you. Tens of millions of Americans who consider themselves pro-choice say, that is crazy to abort a child in the 9th month of pregnancy, and you've spent your entire life fighting for that. Let's take crisis pregnancy centers. You're nominated for the First Circuit. That means you interviewed with Senator Elizabeth Warren, and you got her support. Now, you have very few connections to the First Circuit. You've been in New York and Alaska much of your career. Senator Warren has said, quote, with Roe gone, it's more important than ever to crack down on so-called crisis pregnancy centers that mislead and deceive patients seeking abortion care.
You see how she doesn't want to answer the question? It's a simple yes or no. Do you believe in abortion at the 8th or 9th month of pregnancy? I don't do that. Do you believe in abortion at the 8th or 9th? You know what I'm saying? And she, this is what I'm saying to y'all. Learn politics, man. Learn your jewels. Have a listening ear. You got to be able to listen. Not listen to rebuttal, but listen to receive. Then you'll know she on some bullshit. Because it's a simple yes or no. It's a simple yes or no. It's just really that simple. It's a simple yes or no. It's not hard to figure out. Do you believe in that shit in the 8th or 9th month? Yes or no? She didn't want to answer the question. So when they sit up here and say, oh, Trump is tripping, why is he saying this? Why is he doing that? Because these are real arguments that have been put forth. We're not, a lot of us do not care enough about politics to get involved and listen to and have an understanding to what's going on. But what happens is we just look up one day and we're like, well, why is this like this? Why is this country doing this? Why is this country doing that? Because you didn't want to get your ass up and vote. You didn't care enough about what was going on to have an understanding about what was going on. So as a result, they get to do what they want to do. You understand? It's just like leaving your kids at home and they 13, 14, 15 years old, and you go on a European tour and then you out of town for 2 weeks and you don't send none of your adults, no adults to come check on them. But when you call them, they like, you like, hey, how y'all doing? Oh, we good, man. They over there having a party. People spending the night. They doing all type of shit. There was some sex going on in that house. You best to believe it because you're not there and you don't care. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. So they're going to do what they want to do. It's the same damn thing. It's the same damn thing. So, I just encourage my peoples. Now, again, listen to this one.
Fired. And at this time, I would recognize the gentleman from Texas for 5 minutes.
I thank the chair. Earlier, somebody was positing what sets us apart as a country, and I would suggest that it is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and the constitutional framework that protects that. Quick question for you, Ms. Foster. A lot has been made about the implications with respect to race on the Roe opinion and what may come down this summer. Would you agree that if you look at the most recent data, 38% of abortions affect black babies?
Tragically, yes.
21% affect Hispanic babies?
Yes.
A lot of numbers have been raised about, or a lot of questions.
38% of abortions are black babies. Out of all, you know how big of a chunk that is? You know how big of a chunk that is? We got to do better. We got to do better. I understand there's some shit, but it falls on everybody's part. But we have to do better. I didn't say the women got to do better. I said we have to do better. Again, remember, listen. I said we have to do better, and we do. Let's continue.
Issues have been raised about rape and incest, and in fact, you had an exchange with my colleague from Maryland, Mr. Raskin, about whether or not he would accept limits on abortion if there was, in fact, an exception for rape and incest. Can you clarify for the record, the Guttmacher Institute is a arm of Planned Parenthood, correct?
Yes, founded as the research arm of Planned Parenthood.
And according to data that I have, less than 1% of abortions are connected to rape, less than 0.5% are connected to incest, according to Guttmacher. Does that line up with your understanding?
According to the Guttmacher Institute, data suggests that most women seeking later terminations are not doing so for reasons of fetal anomaly or life endangerment. That's a quote. In fact, it's the same top reasons as first trimester abortions, which are financial hardship, relationship issues, and not feeling ready to be a parent, which are all issues where we as a caring nation and as loving communities can come alongside the woman.
Come here. Come here. Ah! I will slap the sense into you. Did you hear what she just said? So you can't argue. This is why you got to have facts over feelings. That's why people don't like me. That's why I would probably never have a certain amount of followers, because I'm going to always present real truth. I don't give a shit. I am not a hater. You heard me say earlier, I believe Kamala Harris won that debate. You heard me say that I feel like she was more poised. Her pronunciation, her discipline, she was more disciplined. She was more focused. She stuck to the script more than he did. She was better prepared more than he was. And I am not voting for her, nor do I like her. But I'm willing to admit that. That's just facts, bro. Why we can't be like that? Why you gotta be so emotional, so in your feelings that when a person presents facts to you, you don't want to hear the shit? A total lack of accountability. They just told you that. Hold on. I'm gonna rewind this shit again. Just a little bit. Let me take it back.
According to Guttmacher, does that line up with your understanding?
According to the Guttmacher Institute, data suggests that most women seeking later terminations are not doing so for reasons of fetal anomaly or life endangerment. That's a quote. In fact, it's the same top reasons as first trimester abortions, which are financial hardship, relationship issues, and not feeling ready to be a parent, which are all issues where we as a caring nation and as loving communities can come alongside the woman.
And so I think it merits conversation that, again, to your point, Yes or no? Do you believe that your answer was the answer from Mr. Raskin? Would it be a yes or a no? It would be no, correct?
It would be
you
no.
would not accept limits on abortion, even if you exempted the 1.5% that fall into that category. Ms. Arrambide, just real quick, you made a couple of points, I think, during your testimony about Texas not being a particularly hospitable place, generally, or with respect to women as it relates to abortion. And made a point, I think, about lack of care provided for women. Is it correct? I have information here correct. I believe that says that there are 8.5 pro-pregnancy and pregnancy counseling centers for every one abortion clinic in the state of Texas. That the legislature, in passing SB 8, appropriated $100 million for women's health care. I guess my question here is in light of that, and in light of Texas being an inhospitable place, according to your testimony, are you aware of how many people have moved to the state of Texas in the last decade? Do you know what that number is?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say that the clinics that you're referring to are fake
4 million.
clinics, and they don't actually
4 million people have moved to the state of Texas in the last decade. That's the population of the entire state of Alabama have moved to the state of Texas by choice in the last decade. I would move to one other question here. Ms. Robinson.
Could I finish my answer, though, about Texas?
I didn't ask you a question about that. Ms. Robinson, I would ask you a question. When is the latest that you have performed an abortion in terms of weeks of the unborn child?
Yes, my name is Dr. Robinson, and I provide abortion care in Alabama. So Alabama has...
What is the answer to the question, the latest that you have performed an abortion?
I'm going to answer your question. So unfortunately, my state is one of those states that has passed restrictions or bans on abortion care, which limits physicians like myself.
And therefore, in other words, you would like to do it later. What is the latest you have performed an abortion?
The latest.
So since I will always follow the law and I live in the state of Alabama, I provide abortion care up until 20 weeks gestational age.
Okay, so you performed an abortion at 20 weeks.
Yes, sir.
And the procedure for an abortion, when we're talking about at 20 weeks, as I understand it, is dilation and extraction. Have you performed abortions at that stage? And in doing so, have you had baby parts that you've had to discard or store in some capacity?
One of the things that you all have done
Legs, arms, eyes.
this hearing is
Look, okay. Look, I ain't gonna get into it because that's gonna be a whole nother topic. But the point of me showing that video was just to show that people are having these conversations because things are happening in America. So committees and debates and town hall meetings, people are being brought to, again, town hall meetings. They're being brought into judicial court hearings to clear the air, to, lay out true facts over feelings, all type of stuff. Okay. And we have to be adult enough to be able to listen, irregardless of how we feel, irregardless of how triggering it is. And we have to be able to get down to the bottom of it, because if it's triggering you and triggering us, we have to understand, why is it so triggering? Why is it so triggering that we're not willing to have the conversation? Why is it so triggering that we cannot tell the truth? Why is it so triggering that we will rather turn the other cheek, look at the facts of the matter? Okay. They tried to make Trump appear to be an idiot, and Trump is not an idiot. He's just not a great communicator. He's just not someone that's you would have to, if you were talking to aliens from different dimensions and planets, we wouldn't elect him to represent us to speak, because he doesn't have the poise, the discipline, the proper pronunciation, a lot of other things to articulate himself to do so. Okay, but that doesn't mean that he's not, or he wasn't, he's not, or hasn't done a good job as president of the United States of America. So we need to keep that in mind. Just because you won the debate doesn't mean you're going to win the election. Okay, and I'm not saying vote for Trump, for Kamala, vote against her or him. But I did want to highlight some things because some, a person like myself who does his homework, who's not afraid to accept certain truths for what they are. I had to face many truths in my personal life with myself, with my family, with my standing in society, especially financially. This is why I strive to break certain family curses. I had to do these things and continuing to do so. So, we have to do better as Americans and as an adult, just period. And whether you're not an American, just being an adult. If you cannot have a conversation, if for some strange reason you hate me because of the information that I present, if you feel that I'm misogynist in any type of way, I don't like this, I don't like that, or I'm not for this, maybe you have to do some soul searching within yourself. Okay, because I've said clearly so many times on my show that I have many influential people in my life, and half of them are women. Okay, one of my favorite people in my life is my auntie. This is my second time speaking on my auntie since I've been doing this season. This is my second time. I love my auntie. My auntie has given me so much game about life, about women. I love her and respect her. There's a neighbor that stays next door to my auntie, saying she's like my auntie too. I love her. I respect her. And she's a Democrat. Okay. I have a lot of people that I love and respect. I have another lady that I call my mom. I'm pretty sure she's a Democrat too. Okay. She's been on my ass since I was 18 years old. Okay. And I love her because she's the only person in my life that has contacted me literally every single day, especially Monday through Friday, every single day, contacting me, asking me how I'm doing, sending me Bible verses, words of inspiration. And this is all from a woman. So I don't hate women. I don't disregard women. I have a daughter. I have very powerful, influential people in my life that have influenced me to be the man that I am today. And that is, and I salute those women for doing that. I have female friends that enlighten me and educate me on how to be a better parent. I have a friend right now. I love talking to her about my parenting because she always checks me and corrects me on things that I can do better as a father. And not to say that I'm not a great father, because I am, and I love being a father, but she tends to let me know where I could have done better at. And I have implemented several things that she has suggested, and I have utilized those things in my life. And I have gotten better results from my children as a result of having that conversation with her. So I am not somebody who doesn't value women, appreciate women, uphold women. You just have no idea who I am. I'm just a real motherfucker. Excuse my language, real mofo. It's just, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm not in fear of nobody. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm gonna speak that real. I don't believe in, just my truth. No, we're going to get into the truth, the facts. That's who I am. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm going to stand on. I'm a man that stands on a square, 90 degrees. I believe in using the science of geometry to conduct my life, and I'm going to always be that type of individual. I study martial arts. I compete in combat sports. I'm a fighter. I coach football. Okay. I'm involved in lodges. Okay, I hold position in those lodges. So I'm not somebody that's just a nobody. I do work 9 to 5, but I also have a business that I operate. So I'm not a bum. I'm not broke. I'm not poor. I'm not rich yet. But I am somebody, I do travel, I have fun, I have many different type of circles of friends. I have vacation friends, fighter friends, Masonic friends, coaches that's friends. I got my coach. I have everything I'm a part of. I have circles. Those are my friends. I have friends in those circles. So I got gang of football friends that are gang of friends that are football coaches, gang of friends that are fighters, gang of friends that like to travel and move around. That's just me. I'm just giving you an example. I'm a well-rounded individual. I'm not an idiot. I'm very intellectual. Yes, I grew up in South Central. Yes, I grew up in a hood. I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of where I'm from and where I'm going. Okay. So everybody has their biases. I try my best to check those because I'm really big on facts and shit that's real. You know what I'm saying? But I do have my biases just like everybody does. Okay. I'm not the only one that may have some biases. And see, I'm willing to acknowledge that. Okay, like I told you earlier, I believe Kamala Harris won the debate. So you're not talking to somebody that's not willing to acknowledge certain facts. But I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be who I am, Noble Alexander. I'm proud of my children. I'm proud of how my son has transformed himself. I'm proud of my daughter just starting high school. I'm very proud of her. Okay, she's definitely, I believe in her. She's striving to be class valedictorian, and I believe in her. Okay. My favorite athletes when it comes to gymnastics and track and field are the women. I just like them better than the men. I do. Okay. My favorite female boxer is Clarissa Shields. Got a crush on her. Got a crush on Sha'Carri Richardson. Okay. I do. Okay. I'm not a hater, but I am going to keep it real. If you cook some nasty food and you ask me, you be like, "Noble Alexander, was this food good?" I'm be like, "No, this shit was no, no." No, I'm gonna tell you no, and I'm gonna tell you what is missing or you need it or not needed. I'm that person. So if that offends you, then this platform ain't for you. I'm not for you. Period. Point blank. I have no fear of no human being. Okay. One of my kickboxing instructor once said, regardless of how good or bad a fighter is, it's hard to be a bitch in that ring. It's hard to be a bitch in that ring because just for the fact that you got in there, you're not a coward, you're not a buster. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not a coward, I am not a buster. I do not care who likes me and who don't. I'm gonna say what I need to say. I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm gonna, like I said earlier, I'm gonna stand in my square. I heard some things in that debate. Donald Trump sucked in that debate, but at the same time, I wanted to debunk some of the shit that the moderator said because they debunked him, but it didn't debunk her. And I didn't think that was fair. So it made me come out of my hiatus just for this one episode. And I had to get down with the get down. So I'm going back in the cut. And if something else comes up that's major, I'll come back on here and get with it. Other than that, I'm going to see y'all around this time in October, you know, with a better platform. I'm going to have more guests on my platform, and we're going to have some great conversations. I have a great lineup for next season coming up. You know, but in the meantime, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Feel free to make a comment. Okay. I love y'all. All right. Let's get ready to go to these polls and make a decision, not about how we feel, but on what's going to benefit our lives. How will our kids be impacted by this? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this shit out. Okay. It's not rocket science. Okay. It's not rocket science. Okay. It's not. All you have to do is look at what's happening now and say, are you tired of this shit? Then you know what to do. If you like this shit, then you know what to do. If the mandates didn't bother you, you know what to do. If that shit bothered you, you know what to do. If you don't like grown-ass men identifying as women going to the bathroom with women, you know what to do. If you like it, you know what to do. You understand? If you like billions of dollars going to Ukraine and immigrants in Israel, you know what to do. If you don't, you know what to do. Okay? So with that being said, y'all take care. Y'all have a great evening. Y'all have a good weekend. I love y'all. Y'all stay sharp. If you're a man, stand on your square. If you're a woman, stand on your 5 points. Let's get our family nucleus together. Let's stay prayed up. Let's meditate. Let's bring it in. Okay? Let's bring back being able to celebrate each other and getting along with each other and agreeing to disagree. You can be a Republican, you could be a Democrat, you could be an independent, a libertarian, a part of the Tea Party. But let's get back to having barbecues because we don't have barbecues as much as we used to. I'm noticing that, and I don't like that. And I know the price and inflation is high, and some of us are scandalous. We don't believe somebody invites us to the barbecue and prices are high. We don't believe in bringing some shit to help. But if we can piece up together and Republicans, family members, Democrat family members come together and have these barbecues and get along and just have a good time, let's get back to being Americans. Because after all, baby, it's red, white, and blue. After all, it's red, white, and blue. After all, it's red, white, and blue. So let's represent the USA, man. Let's have a good election. Let's love on each other. Let's uplift each other. Let's pray for each other. Let's try to heal each other. Let's stop being so divisive towards one another. Let's stop being so divisive. Show love to your brothers. Show love to your sisters. There's a lot of people killing themselves. And if you look at the statistics, there are so many men committing suicide right now. Ladies, I know y'all angry. I know you're mad. I know you're frustrated. And you might have a lot of y'all have a good reason to be. But don't come out here bashing men. Because you need us and we need y'all. I love women. Women is the greatest thing for a man. And I know for a fact a man is the greatest thing for a woman. We are yin, we are yang, we left, we right, we're north, we're south. Let's bring it on in, man. Let's bring it on in and make sure that when we go to those polls, we are making decisions not based upon how we feel, but based upon what's going to be right for our pockets, what's going to be right for the safety of our children, and the same thing moving forward. If people want to come to this country, that's great. That's fine. We all love an underdog in this country, but let's do it the right way. Don't hop the gate, climb up under the gate, put a hole in the gate, crawl your ass up on the ground to come over here to act like a clown, to mess up our communities, to eat the cats, the dogs, the rats, the ducks. Even if you ain't, you coming over here, you a fucking gangbanger, or even if you're not, you coming over here, you're not quite acclimated to how we drive on the road. You're causing so many car accidents. Take your time. Do the shit the right way. Go through the process. And when you go through the process and then you come over here legally, hey, man, this is America. Welcome. All right? So other than that, I am Noble Alexander. I love y'all. Peace and blessings. Have a phenomenal weekend. Let's try to have a phenomenal weekend. All right. Again, let's try to have a phenomenal weekend. Be careful about what you say. Don't never say the words I think or I can. It's only I am and I will. Don't say the words I think and I can. It's only I am and I will. One more time. Do not say what you think or I can. It's only I am and I will, because our words are powerful, and whatever comes out of our mouth, it goes out and it comes back to us as a ripple effect. So be very cautious about what you say. Let's try to raise up our vibrations, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try to raise up our vibrations. Let's try to get away from being so angry. Let's try to calm it down. Let's try to be more in harmony and get people together. Stop being so divisive. I don't want to dislike Democrats. I just don't like the fact that I feel that Democrats sometimes they get so caught up in what they want to do that they get delusional about the purpose of being an American, about the purpose of life, about what things really are. Okay. That's it. That's all. And that don't make Republicans no better, because I believe Republicans at times suffer from cognitive dissonance when it comes to what we call foundational Black Americans or African descendants of slavery, Black people here in this country. Okay. I'm just using those terms just to try to give us an idea of the type of people that I'm talking about. Because racism is a thing, but this is also about economics and being in poverty and not having ourselves in a better financial position. And this is why we're taking advantage of. So let's work together. Let's practice group economics. Let's do better as a society. All right. So with that being said, I apologize for being so long-winded. I just wanted y'all to just come on in here and get a better understanding about what was really going on with that debate and whether certain things were true or not. All right. You do your own homework. I gave you alley-oop. You slam dunk it. I gave you alley-oop. Now you going to slam dunk it. Again, I threw you the alley-oop. Now you slam dunk it. But at the end of the day, we are red, white, and blue. We are red, white, and blue, representing the good old United States of America. You hear me? So with that being said, I'm Noble Alexander. Peace and blessings. And